The city's police department here is divided up into three essential divisions. The backbone of the entire agency is the patrol division, and that's what most people see. In Urbana, you'll see them in blue squad cars. Hopefully and occasionally you'll see them on black mountain bikes, but most of our patrolling is done in the cars, and we use single officer cars. Those cars are what you see when you call the police for assistance. We'll respond to our calls for service with a single officer car. Those officers then will respond and either investigate and follow up on incidents. They will also hopefully provide a deterrent effect. In addition, they also go to community meetings and other ways to outreach and mingle with the citizens. The second branch of the department is the Criminal Investigations Division, and that's where the detectives work. So cases that require volume of work or cases that are due to severity will be assigned to detectives to follow up on. Detectives also, within that division is a proactive unit known as our Street Crimes Unit. And we have a couple of detectives who are assigned to a county-wide effort to deal with larger problems involving firearms in the community, narcotics in the community, and those kinds of things. The third division is actually our Services Division, and that's where most of the civilians work who work here. A lot of records type issues, police reports, filings, dealing with insurance companies on traffic crashes, and answering the phones. Because one thing I've learned over the years is when people don't know how to handle a situation, they usually call the police. And if it's not an emergency, not a 911 call, and they dial that non-emergency number, it rings here at the police department, and those folks do the initial screening and address those calls. My name is Bryant Seraphin. I am currently the police chief here for the city of Urbana. All of the Urbana Police Department services, if you will, come out or originate from the city building here at 400 South Vine. So we don't have any satellite facilities. We're not like the fire department that has various stations. So our main hub is here at City Hall. The Urbana Police Department has 6 command staff who oversee all the divisions. There's a chief of police, there's 1 deputy chief of police, and then there are 4 lieutenants. And those 4 lieutenants are the ones who do the heavy lifting of managing the agency. 1 lieutenant oversees the Services Division, 1 over the investigators, and then 2 officers, simply because of the size of that division, oversee the patrol division. So those 2 patrol lieutenants coordinate all the different tasks, from making sure that the squad cars are functioning, to making sure that the staffing is accounted for, to making sure that the training classes get assigned to officers, and then making sure that if that officer is gone, there's someone there to fill in on that particular day when they're not working their shift. So those patrol lieutenants really make the operation go. Law enforcement is under a microscope and is doing a lot of self-reflection. And one of the things that I want our officers and our citizens to know is that we do adopt and make sure that our officers do the best that we can to have a guardian philosophy. Sometimes you'll hear the discussion about guardian versus a warrior, and there might be times in an active shooter situation where a different mindset's needed, but for 99% of what we do, we want the officers to think of themselves as guardians. The other thing that I preach, and they all hear it, is that we want to treat people with grace and respect. And so when we have issues and problems that we have to address, if we treat the citizens with grace and respect, even if we have to make an arrest, we hope that that will lead to a peaceful and more satisfactory outcome.